Is it possible to have what people are calling
friends
in this world friends with benefit? Ama no strings attached.
No strings attached.
Do strings become attached? Yeah. What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What madude na madudettes, mazing na wazimbiting. Wazimbiting. Tunaongea siku hizi tangwa shembe teng. Ama kwa 2023 ni tangwa nini? Shembe. Yeye mashembe, shembe. Hey, but karibuni sana manze. Welcome to the iRise show. Hey manze. Tumewahata lakini si sana, tumerudi na mambo mazuri, goodies, snacks, manini hizo. Very nice. So they call me the Field Marshal aka Kevo.
Kevo aka.
Ni Kevo aka no Field Marshal. Kevo aka Field Marshal. Ama mnaweza nita Chege. Blessed one. 2023 you are blessed. You are favored, highly favored children of God. Hallelujah. Somebody say glory. Somebody say hallelujah. Somebody claim a blessing hapo ndani. Tusianze wewe. Kabla niendelee hapa ndabariki watu ndani watu.
Umeanza vizuri. Muhimu sana by the way. Karibuni sana once again, tumepatana kama kawa Carol aka alosema aka Kevo ameshasema on our behalf. Good to have you back. Looking forward to a very interesting conversation today.
Bede karibuni sana to the iRise show. Tumesema tunakataa kulay low. Tunakataa kuwa chini.
Kabisa.
Tuna rise up na ni God bana. Every time ni God bana, put God first. Kila kitu. Yeah. We go straight into the points man. Leo tunafanya haraka manze. Leo tutaki mambo mingi. Mambo ni mob. Jana last week kwa tunaongea juu ya nini by the way? Hebu tufanye recap. Kwa tunaongea juu ya nini last week?
The most tunasema ni controversial, confusing, exciting.
Ni controversial ziko 2023, ni controversial.
Kuna venye
10 years ago ilikuwa controversial.
Mambo kiasi like this like that. Kunoma, but we are here to see how we can find at least some kind of balance somewhere. Si ndio? Tusaidiane as in kama melianza last time kuna stories as you said we are talking about love and relationships. We are looking at this thing that zingine confuses all of us. I'm sure all of us have found ourselves in that place where you're wondering, manzi, is it love? Ile song ya, is this love? Okay. And if you don't know what I'm saying, but
watu wazee ujianika.
Kabisa, but
tunaongelesha watu wa Gen Z. Wacha kuwaambia join.
Gen Z ni gani?
Gen Z ni watu wanaozaliwa 19.
No, azita gani yao ina flow hapo?
Mimi sijui hao ibaki juu ya love. Wazee walipotea man, walipotea. Ma Gen Z hatuwapendi lakini tuna love bado. But mlipotea mnago imbo za love. Hebu ndeni kwa comments imbo za love mbili hapo za maana. Mzani wako na love songs za watu. I don't know if they love songs. Zote zilishaga na kina Tony Braxton. Tony Braxton alimanga the last love, great love song.
Yeah, so we are talking about love and relationships, and disclaimer, see at sisi ni ma love experts or anything, but we are just looking at it from an angle of our experience and what we think. Sindio? Tuko hapa kusaidiana. So mnaweza tusaidia kwa comments. Maybe you know something that we don't know. Maybe kuna tunaweza andika hapo hivyo isaidie mse place. So join us in the conversation. Put down your comments. Manzeka uko na maswali, put them down there. Alafu let's talk about this thing manze. Tunataka ku grow pamoja. And that's what it's about. Yeah,
but the last time we got tunaongea juu tukonauliza the big question. Manze, love inaanzia wapi? Love ni nini? What is it all about, man? Is love last? Is it love at first sight? What is it particularly by the way are we talking about? Because excuse the definition iko na vitu mob. Na excuse kuna so many controversial things. Sasa ziko huku watu wanasema love is love. So if love is love, what is love? What is love got to do with this? Watu wanasema love is love.
What does that mean love is love?
Mimi sijui ni vitu ziko kwa duniani. Unajua hatuwezi hepa tuseme tunalenga ni vitu ziko. So what is love? Definition ya love ni nini? Unajua kuna vitu tuko tume break down kwanza tuko tumeongea juu. Kuna kitu kama attraction. This is the first thing we talk about attraction. Is attraction love? That's a question. Is attraction love? Is sexual chemistry love? Is lust love? You guess those are different things that tunaangalia tunajaribu ku pinpoint. How can we define, not even define, because definition is tricky sana. Definition is tricky because you can't actually put a finger on that, and there is not actually definition actually of the word, because every person watu wako different experiences of it. But mimi sisema kuna definition, but I can say kuna characteristics za love that tunajua this is love and this is not love. So there are all those things. Now we can tunaweza jaribu ku break down these things. Kuna attraction, ile tunaitanga love at first sight. Kuna ile mavaibu nimechiki dem mrembo, sijui depending na kwenye umetoka. Unajua wazungu, okay, I will say this, msikasirike, wazungu wapendagi supporting documents au wanapendaga vitu zenye ziko digital documents. I guess you
now what is that? Okay,
tunapenda supporting if you know you know. If you know you know. So kuna hiyo story ya like ukiangalia mdem hivi, kama wewe ni Mwafrika ama wewe ni mnini, unajua the things that you look at this person physically. Pia madem kuna vitu unaangalia physically na kuna vitu machali unaangalia physically, that you think now because of the sexual nature of a human being, you think that is maybe love. Is that love? If I look at you in a particular way, nichikie unakaa hivi, is that love? That's number 1. Number 2, kuna attraction, ile wasemanga na like personality ya mse, mwenye anaongea, mwenye anakuwa sijui nini. All those things pia these zinakuja into that place. Is that love? And now there is the other one ya kujua mse, yani ile unajua mse, like the one like you know somebody, you're there for somebody, yani ain't anything to do with all that, but it's in a come over time. So that's what we're trying to like look at. What is kati hizo zote ni gani love? Do we believe that I can look at a person the first day, like a movie when tumesema last time, and say that I love this person? Can I like look at a person and say this is a person that I love? You get? So those are the things kwa jaribu ku define, and those are the things leo tunajaribu kuongea juu yazo bana. Tunajaribu kuongea juu, tujaribu kujaribu kuchambua. So what do you think about attraction? What do I think about attraction?
I think Satu to say like the way we were saying last time, I don't think attraction itself is love, but it is a component of love, but in itself does not equate to love. Kwa sababu when nilikuwa nasema like the concept of love at first sight is not I don't think it's a genuine thing. It's just a phrase that people use, but it's more appropriate to say attraction at first sight. But that attraction is what now might build up to love. So love in itself has a component of attraction, but attraction is not in itself equal to love. That's my thinking. That's how I see it.
So ukiona mse mpwana mse alafu uchikiu mse uchikiunya na yani ukiwa attracted to them, maybe kuna the physical attraction, kuna ile ingine yenye tunasema ni what after maybe interacting with this person, unachiki personality yoni poa ni nini, kuna hiyo attraction nyingine pia inakujanga garage, itakupiga mara ya kwanza ukichiki mse atipani chiki mse nasema huu ndo mse akopoa ni nini, ndio msawa ni nini, hiyo itakugonga. So unasema hiyo ni component, it's not the real thing. It's not the real thing because you can find that unaweza ku attracted to somebody, but with time as you come to know this person,
exactly, that's attraction
you find that there is no that attraction was superficial, ilikuwa tu ya juju, haikuwa skin deep. What we are trying to say is that now unaleta component ingine that now if attraction is more of a fading kind of a thing.
It's like that initial
reaction ukiona mtu ama maybe like you have had a conversation with someone for the first time, and there's something as you're saying about how they your two when you are conversation, it's something that appeals to you. It's that initial reaction towards somebody. That's what I'd call attraction, but in itself is not the substance that would hold a relationship. It's not the love itself. Now, shida tuko nayo kubwa hapa ni ati tunataka attraction hold relationships zetu.
Exactly.
watu wangu. Alafu kidogo unasema it is not what I saw. What was advertised is not what I was brought to me. Tuniliorder what I ordered, what I saw on Instagram versus what I ordered. These are two different things.
Exactly,
so uliona kitu poa, ukasikia kitu ni poa, ukajisema hiki kitu nikikuwa nayo mimi niko poa. But sasa when umeingia pale unakuja unapata so when we base it on attraction we might fail. Si ni kweli? When we base it on attraction we might fail. So it can be physical attraction, it can be any other type of attraction. So to nullify the story of love at first sight, bro. Love at first sight ni romantic comedies. Brother, hiyo story iache. That's why mnaumia huku nje watu wangu. Mnaumia juu tunakupeleka pale. Alafu unapata
hiyo image, the first image.
Unaenda tu na image tu iko huko yako tu umejiform ukifika pale aje kupika chabo na jam tu jamuliza. So now that's the first thing tumesema. Attraction is the initial thing. Nimekucheki, unakaa fiti. Now, what's the next step? What is the next step? Now, tumesema physical attraction also is a component, but it's not the thing. Kwa kitu watu wasemanga hatukuwa na chemistry. Chemistry ni gani? Hebu tuambie hiyo chemistry. Hii chemistry tu wasemanga mimi na huyu jamaa hatuku click, hatukuwa na chemistry. Maybe you are attracted but still there is some quote and quote chemistry. What is this chemistry?
The chemistry bana. Hapa sasa hii ni kitu a bit.
How can you define chemistry?
How do you define chemistry? I think it's something that is very relative ama subjective, if I can say that. Ni kitu venye iko very subjective because what I might term as chemistry is not necessarily what someone else might term as chemistry. Mi kwangu chemistry ni ile tu like the term people use to make click, clicking, the alignment of interests, the alignment of the things that you might find appealing or something like ile tu just like how do I say yo click, if I can do it like that. But where I'm very cautious about it is that utapata sometimes and I think pia kuna relationships mingi which have ended very soon and very badly because it was all based on the kuklik, and you go with a mindset of what kuklik kwako is, and because uko na ile mindset ya kuklik ni nini kwako, you might end up missing out on something that could be substantial because you went with that over expectation of the chemistry. Umesikia chemistry ni keodos za kuklik, keodos za nini, which is also by the tunasema bado ni kuna sexual chemistry yenye mnasemaga ujamaa manzi zile za movie unaangaliana sio nini na feel vibe because they're also important to me. They can say all these things are important components when you're having a romantic relationship with somebody because lazima first of all pia lazima ukue attracted to this person. Pia lazima ukue na what we call your chemistry, tunasema sexual chemistry, all that. It's also there because if I don't have some sexual chemistry, it's getting called sexual chemistry, whatever you can call it. If I don't have that, you can have it that with one person, you don't have it with another person. The question is, if I don't have this with this person, in essence unapata hakuna mali tunaweza na mtu. Can it be built over time? Those are the questions that we are asking because can it be built over time? Are these things that are a must? Are they part of the process? Are they the process? Can we say that I'm building a whole relationship based on if udem ako figure 8 ama hayuko figure 8? Can I base my whole relationship on the fact that dem ni hot ama chali ni hot in quote and quote depending on hotness to you inamaanisha? Can I base my whole relationship on that? And I think sometimes we base the whole relationship on the sexual part, that your sexual part kitoka unapata there are so many things that are missing with this person. There are so many things that are missing with this person. The initial attraction ikitoka ile ya day one, ile mmepata naye place mmetext kumbili hi who yeah mmetext mmepata me vibe, then you go to the sexual part inaenda ina fizzle out after some time. I'm not to sustain because maybe interests are not aligned. You didn't get to know this person. You didn't get to interact with this person. So what are we saying? Those two things, they are not their thing. They are not a thing.
You're saying they're not a thing.
They are not a thing.
They are part of the thing.
They are part of the thing. They are components of the thing, but they are not the thing itself. Because I think what you're saying is that even Saizi currently what we have seen is most relationships basically will not be able to. They are not usually able to stand the test of time, if you can put it like that, because the foundation itself, the foundation that was laid from the beginning was, as you're saying, maybe it was based on the initial attraction. So you carry with you into the relationship that mind of the initial attraction. Niliona dem anakaa hivi, so niliona boy anakaa hivi. So that initial thing that you had in your mind when you saw the person, you carry it into the relationship, such that when the person, now you go into the relationship and you're starting to unfold, you're starting to peel off those onions, the layers, and then now you find, okay, whatever I had in my mind
is not a thing.
It's not a thing, and because you came already with the wrong foundation, you're not able to adapt. You're not able to find what other ground can we work on beyond the attraction. No. Then pia chemistry, yes, it's important, but there's a problem when you make it the sole basis of a relationship, because there's a question of, is love a feeling, is love a choice, or is it both? Because if you're saying love is a feeling, it means that you will always base your relationship on that feeling. What is the feeling? At some day umeamka umse anakaa sijui aje ama amekufanyia kitu and you don't feel them. Are you going to say, okay, sa hii relationship hakuna place inaenda? You get, as in ukiamka hiyo siku hakuna chemistry, maybe you're saying you base it on sexual chemistry. You know, as you are talking here, we are married. That sexual chemistry will not always be working every single day. So does it mean today, because umse I feel uko like it's done, hakuna love imeisha? As in, you know, and that's the sad bit about it with relationships currently, is that those are the things that we are basing our relationships on. They are very important components, but they are not the thing. they are not the complete picture of what love should encompass. So
basically what you're saying, tumetoa attraction, as Carol is saying, they are not everything. Tumetoa hiyo part ya attraction iko, tumetoa part ya attraction iko, but it's not the thing. Why? Because if you build on those things, that's what we call now building your house on sand. Because now, what about the day that you wake up, ama umse, unajua acha ngoja, hakuna inahoga poa kama kitu mpya. Have you ever bought new shoes? Maybe tunabetuma jeans mpya hivi manze. Utakanga hata zikuwe creased. Utakanga hata nini? Utakanga tu zikae venye tu ziko. Yani that picture that you had ya kwanza ndio unataka remain nayo. Unajua, as the more you know somebody, now the more you now start knowing their faults. Exactly. Now you start knowing ujamaa yuko gaivi, kumbe ujamaa yuko gaivi, kumbe umse uko gaivi. Mbona umse uko gaivi? Kumbe umse uko gaivi, umse uko gaivi. You come and know this person and you're like, what? Kumbe umse ametoka familia fulani. You know, so those are things that people don't even put into perspective before. Nakumbuka ile story, ile movie ya Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman, which is called
nivo venye umesema
Think Like a Man, Act Like a Woman. Kitu kama hiyo. So that movie ilikuwa na story different, ilikuwa story relationship. Kwa watu wameona disclaimer hii spoiler alert. If you ever watched it was talking about how women walikuwa sema wataki kuwa taken for granted in relationships. So there is a rule that they brought in that you can't have sex with a person until 90 days. 90 days, walikuwa wameka 90-day rule. I think you've watched it. That's 3 months. So this person is supposed to date you for 3 months. No ujue kama ako serious. Isiko tu kitu nyamleta hapa ni nini? Is the physical things. Na kwa kitu nyamleta hapa, because you can start with that and then you find that kumbe this is the only thing imeleta mtu hapo. So that's what they were trying to do. So what I'm trying to say is that you find that it is important to people who have been in relationships and they take time. You come to understand that love is not something that will happen today. And then tomorrow you say I love this person. It is something that will take time.
That is cultivated.
That will take cultivated. Because if you look at the characteristics of love, hata venye Bible inasema kwa 1 Corinthians 13. If you look at it, there are so many components of love that come out of that zinakuja out of conflict. Because if I say love is patient, it means that somebody hapo amekufanya amekutrigger usikwe patient, ndio? Na if uko build on a flimsy thing like attraction, ama uko build on a flimsy thing like let's say what do we call it, uko build on a physical thing peke yake, then tunakuja ama uko build on a feeling. You are feeling pia ni kitu kingine deadly sana, because you find that some people anaamka asubuhi asema I don't feel like sikufeel, ama you're the type of person you're looking for romantic highs. Romantic highs ni zile za romantic highs ni zile za like if you like today, you like this chick, unasikia anakubamba, anakuspark, anakufilisha, unatafuta high hapo. Ule ulikuwa na yeye nikao umeshamdiscard, then you look for another high pali pengine, hata kuwa chalia ama kuwa dem, you're looking for highs ni zile the first two I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks of a relationship. That is what makes you feel so good. Ikisha hapo una feel like sijisiki. No one wants to put in the work. You see, love has to be worked on. It has to be, you have to take time with it. And I think people are not patient enough to take time to come and know this person, know their interests, know their what do you call it, know their interests, know what they like, know their fundamental values. Kwanza hapo ndio panoma sana kwa fundamental values. People don't even want to know what this person believes in. Umsa anaamini nini? Umsa anaamini nini, si ndio? Then you find yourself in a relationship with somebody, after 3 weeks unaambia mse let's go to church, anakuambia I don't go to church. I worship a cow. And then unasema mbona huku ni show you worship a cow? Kumbe alikwambianga, lakini since you in that infatuation stage ukajiambia oh my god, it's not a deal breaker, it's not a red flag, it's okay, it's okay if you worship a cow, we all worship something either way. Kumbe huko mbele unakuja una realize the cow worshiping is very serious. It's very serious. This guy is worshiping the cow very seriously. So unakuja wasema nitaambia nini? Yaani kwa like nitaambia nini watu wetu mtu ana worshiping ng'ombe. Alafu pia mwenyewe inaanza kukukwaza, then uko like mimi si feel relationship. But to feel relationship je nini? Because maybe you never got those things out of the way. You jumped from one level to the extreme level without going through the phases za kujua mse, ndo ujue mse, are we really, is this something really that can happen?
Exactly.
That's unapatanga kitambo wase walikuwa na use unakuja unajua na mse, una date mse, unajua watu wako, unajua wako kwaje nini, then you go through the process of courtship, blah blah blah, you go through those processes depending na culture yenye umetoka, because cultures are different. But you really had to know this person before hata mrukia kwa kitanda or you do other things. You really needed to know this person, so that usifike point ya regret useme manze I made a decision with this guy which I will not have made if I knew this person better. Because maybe this guy has come for something else. Now all can expect something different. Exactly. Because when unatuko attracted, the sexual chemistry iko hapo, vibe unajua hizi kosa iko hapo, you get yourself to a place and then you regret. You're like mtu dem ameniwestia time, uchelea ameniwestia time, because maybe tired yake ni unataka out of life hataki.
You're on different paths basically.
Umse una date anataka kuolewa, anataka kuoa, anataka watoto, anataka mtu kama hizo. Then what is the goal of a relationship? You get? What is that goal? Are we in it to have fun? Are we in it to... Another question, can people just randomly have fun and there are no feelings? Tuandikeni hapo kwa comments. Is it possible to have what people are calling friends in this world friends with benefit, ama no strings attached? Do strings become attached? Is it possible? Is it possible?
Those
are
very important questions.
So I think we are coming to the point of we are saying as much as there are feelings involved, love is also a choice.
It's also a choice. Because as you think, like, it's something that you have to be very deliberate about. Because
deliberate is a word.
It's not always sunshine and fly. Huku nje tumezoea kusagua couple goals. Unaona tu kwa Instagram.
Gari ndio couple goals. Msichocha watu hatutaki.
Ndio nasema kwa like that's what inachocha wase. As in to just let's just be honest about it. Unaona kwa Instagram
face value.
Face value, like watu wanakaa tu and then you're talking about couple goals, unaenda unaona venye it all looks so smooth and colorful, but what is the reality behind the scene.
Kwa
It's
nyumba.
something that takes work.
A lot
It's
of
something
work.
that takes you to be very deliberate about what you're doing, because it's not every day when you feel like being around this person, but you can't just decide since leo I just feel let's part ways. I think kuna time there's a time that kuna story nilikuwa na, I think it was a movie I was watching, why like it was just talking about like high levels of divorce, and it was just showing how it's based on the flimsy excuse of I'm lost kufeel, so we go divorce. You go get into another marriage, kidogo mtu ameuma apple the wrong nini the wrong way,
unapiga
but
divorce
like
kama tano.
I say no, I don't like how you eat that
Soulmate.
apple, we are done kufeel.
Kwa nini soulmate kwa gani?
As in like I think also to a certain extent that's a mindset that we unfortunately have when you're going into a relationship. We think that it's always supposed to be high always, and everything is always supposed to feel very nice and cushiony and colorful and you're floating on clouds. But when unapata by the no, it's not always like that. There are times where you have to make the choice to love somebody even when you don't feel like you love them. You know, kuna siku tamko una feel yenyewe mse I would wish we were miles apart, but the fact that it's a choice means that you're able to look beyond the moment to the full wholesome aspect of your relationship. You know, because you can make a decision based on a moment that you've not looked at the whole picture and you've seen what have you built together. But as you're saying, it's because also kuna hiyo impatience with a lot of people. They don't want to work on a relationship. They don't want to put in the effort. You want to be always feeling, you know, like pampered and nice. Yeah, unataka mtu mwenye ataketa to your needs all the time. You know,
so we say that it's on my terms.
Yeah, it's on my terms.
Love is on my terms.
Love is on my terms.
It's always supposed to be on my terms.
Yeah.
If this person does not cater to my terms and my things, then there is no love.
There is no love.
That's a love that we have right now.
Exactly. That's a love we have right now.
The love that if I see statuses zo ni bamba mi jam lakini zo ni bamba juu msasema if a man can't take care of, okay, sorry women, if a man can't take care of me, can't provide for me, I don't want that kind of a person, because me I'm bringing everything to the table. Which table? What everything have you brought? What have you brought? Then we have the men who are saying if mwanamke haifanya hivi saki, what have you brought yourself?
Exactly.
And that's the first thing that the most underrated thing that we don't talk about, that you wanting something, do you yourself personify what you want.
What you want. That's a question.
And that's why love cannot start. You cannot. Let me just say it categorically, because we are Christians here. Let me say it categorically. It's hard to love another person if we're mwenye hujajua how God loves you.
Exactly.
Una get? Because this love that is unconditional, that we write kwa movies unconditional, is very conditioned.
It's very conditional.
And if you don't know the only person who can love you unconditionally is God.
Yeah.
And the minute ujakuja uka-interact na Christ, ucheki love ya Christ inaanzia wapi na kaa aje.
How is it like? How does it?
And how does he love me?
Itself,
how does he love me? And how do I love him? How do we love each other in that relationship yangu na Christ? Then itakuwa hard for you come kuchukua the same thing and then you come and bring it to this other person.
Exactly.
Because let me tell you one thing. Kusema ukweli, that thing that we call love and staying in a relationship for 20 years. Or 30 years like our parents used to do. It is something that requires the hand of God.
Exactly.
It's something that requires God mwenyewe pia aku-enable. Because, you know, we are in a situation of like, everybody wants something today and tomorrow. They don't and then the problem of being narcissistic. And narcissistic is a very big one. The problem ya kujipenda. Na kufikiria uko always right.
Yeah.
Is that you will never imagine that this other person is doing anything. You always imagine how this other person is wronging you.
Yeah.
And you yourself, you never see how what in my shoes, how am I looking at this other person?
Yeah.
So what you're trying to say is this. Even before me, actually rudisha way back where even before we come to say that, you know what, I need to love another human being.
Yeah.
Other things that you need to look at yourself and understand about yourself.
Yeah.
You look at yourself and ask yourself, myself, am I in a position to be to be able to love a person well. That's why we are saying that even before you start now coming and saying that if you want a serious relationship, let's be honest, if you want a serious relationship, you have to also come and ask yourself, where does love, who is the author of love? The author of love is God.
Yeah.
The author of love is Christ. Is he working in me such a work that I am also able to come and be to come and show the characteristics of love to somebody else?
Exactly. That's very important.
Because if I'm going to say that I'm going to love this woman or gentleman honestly without my side shows, then you see there are so many things that come into play.
Yeah.
Kuna place lazima nianze. That's what I'm trying to say is that I cannot say honestly as Kev that I will wake up in the morning and say that and fight these things, this battle of love or relationships if God ayuko kwa picture.
Exactly.
And if me myself see ready to change, because love will also call for compromises.
Yeah.
Am I ready to compromise? Am I ready to calm down and say umsa amenikosea pole? Am I ready to choose and say baby ikitu nimekuwa ngumu, let's start again? Ama is this other person ready to say let's start again? Where are we? That's what I'm saying. We have to start from God himself, who is the author of love,
yeah.
And what is he saying about this love, and how are we also coming to look at this love so that we can say see attraction, see chemistry peke yake. Kuna kitu yenye watu siku hizi watakangi. Watu hawataki ku take time na hii kitu. We don't want to take time. We want to take it from the beginning. Number 2 that I have seen that is very critical. We don't want to work on ourselves. And working on ourselves meaning that God is changing us as we are expecting change from other people. Nacheki. And then there is a way that God can love me that I'm not also expecting to be loved by a person. Unajua kuna expectation ya mtu.
Yes, that's
yenye si ya mtu, ni ya Mungu, lakini umekea mtu.
Yeah, that's true. That's also very true.
That's a big point.
Yeah.
Kuna expectation na kuwekea wewe kama Karo, which si unafaa kufulfill hiyo void kwa hati yangu. Hiyo ni void God anafaa kufulfill.
Exactly. Yeah.
So usipoifeel, I make you look like I demand what God should be giving me. I demanding it from a human being.
Yeah.
And when that human being hajafika your place, I become so angry. I become so I want you to be my whole world. I want you to be everything, but you cannot be. There is a place of God and there is a place of a person.
Yeah.
So that I do not come to you with expectations, God-like expectations, when his expectations are fake kwako.
Exactly.
It's a very big deal because I'm like, you're supposed to provide for me emotional support, we need spiritual support, mental support. You're a human being from me also pia unataka kupatiwa.
Exactly.
If me nataka kupatiwa, unataka kupatiwa. Who is getting food? That's what I'm saying. The first thing is that God mwenyewe lazima akufeel. Akikufeel ni unajua there's a limitation to human beings.
Yeah.
As much as there's a limitation to you, there's a limitation to this other
person that you're with. Yeah.
This other person. So mimi naweza irudisha back to back. Irudisha niseme, honestly, if you're going to do this thing, God lazima pia kwa picture, because he should also be filling some gaps in you that you do. Because as you go to this thing, you find that there are so many things that come in huko mbele that huku chini huko umeziona.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. I think that's a very critical point that you said. Like, first of all, starting with God, because I think pia kuna hiyo point ya understanding that it's God who teaches you how to love. Because to be too honest, relationships are not easy. Relationships can get very, very messy at points, and they are demanding, and sometimes it's not within your ability to meet the demands of the relationship. That's why you really need to have God and to have that godly perspective of what loving someone is like. And it becomes easy to be able to love someone when you understood the love of God for you. If you're looking at in the context of the Bible, when we are talking about 1 Corinthians 13, if you go and you can take time and go and just look at it, the qualities and characteristics of love that are laid out in 1 Corinthians 13, those are not things that someone is able to do on their own. Exactly. You know, those are not things that you're going to say, every day I will be kind, I will be patient, I will suffer long things, I will not be selfish. As human beings, we tend to be the opposite of what is in the Bible in 1 Corinthians 13. So this is not something that comes natural to us. That's why we need God to enable us to become these things, because he's the one who is able to help you to be kind to someone, even when your heart is telling you kuwa unkind to this person. Sasa ile hati yako inakwambia kila mtu haya still haya kwa chai.
Simiti.
Simiti, you know. Like you're so angry you want this person dead. It's God who enables you to have that heart of being like, in spite of the fact that this person has injured me, I can still be able to have some compassion on them. There's still some level of treating them like a human, which is very, very critical. Hata ukiangalia like the way the Bible liken marriages to the relationship that we have with Christ, the relationship that Christ has with the church, because these are only examples that can be made practical when we have Christ working in us. So I think that is a very, very critical point.
Last thing, Bede, as to wrap up, one thing nimeona very critical. You know, even saying that love is patient and tolerate. You've seen guys kill them. You've seen girlfriends kill boyfriends.
Exactly.
And I think the reason why somebody is going to kill you is because they think their life begins and ends with
this person. Exactly.
You see, that's a person mwenye hajakuwa fulfill na God akajua God kuna voids God hajafeel kwa hati yao mse. God akamshow, you know, your life does not begin and end with this person.
Yeah.
Your life is bigger than this person. Your life is more than this person. Such that even you, God akikufeel, you're able to even love this person.
Yeah.
Even when umse hajakupenda unaweza kumpenda.
Exactly.
What does that mean? It means that even when this person amekupeleka mwisho, unaweza fika mahali mwambie, even kuachana na mtu pia it requires the grace of God kuachana.
Exactly.
Because you've seen guys kill other guys because you're thinking my life begins and ends with this person. Ama your anger is so much because you have put so much hope and expectations in a human being who is fallible. The same way wewe mwenyewe unaweza dunda, the same way this person anaweza dunda. But huwezi samehea mtu if una feel wewe uko sawa ama hujajiangalia ukajiona pia wewe uko fallible. That's the thing. Pride is what takes the knife and inadunga mtu because I feel umsa afanya mistake. That mimi siwezi fanya hiyo mistake. Who told you? Maybe even you can do a worse thing. But you know when God amekufundisha akakuonyesha, you know what, even you have a mistake, then you can understand these things. That's what we're trying to say is that we have to start with God. To speak a place messy and we put all our hopes and expectations on people, and people disappoint us, and then we take axes and we kill people and then we ruin our own lives, our own futures over something which will have been a breakup. Ngembe tu mse sawa basi kama tu iko on the same level then tuachane, mimi niende zangu wewe ende zako, si ndio? And life ikuwe sawa, mimi nitasonga mbele, God atanipatia mtu mwingine because hauna hope. Unajua tu mse ndio kila kitu. So this person has become like a god to you. The fact that saying that you cannot leave them. If they leave you, you will die. What kind of you need son inafika place ya psychopathy na obsession. That's what we are saying. We're trying to say that have a place where God has healed your heart and worked in you. Na umpatie chance to feel that even if kitu haiwezekani, unasema haiwezekani, I can go to God, can give me something better. Because ikifika point yenye huwezi forgive mtu, unachukua kisu ama una feel point unataka kuua mtu, then that means that relationship ilikuwa doomed in the first place. You're expecting something that this person cannot give you. Ladies and gentlemen, tunaendelea vizuri. Vitu ni ngumu but vitu ni poa because you know we believe in God and God can do something. He can change our perspectives, and if kama ujaanza na God, take time. Take 10 minutes, 5 minutes, talk to God. Tell him, manze, nimekuwa nikijaribu hizi relationships hazijakuwa zikiwa. Maybe you need to start with yourself. You know, sometimes unatafuta maybe things from people that huwezi get. Maybe you need to begin with yourself and have kujiteka mkutano peke yako na God. Umwambie mimi mwenyewe, am I even in a position to love someone? Am I in a position even to be in a relationship? Because unaweza kuwa maybe mwenyewe mentally na spiritually and nini hauko place yenye unaweza sustain mse ama unaweza sustain your relationship, but unaweza ambia God akusaidie. If you want, also ask God to help you, because there are some things that even require prayers that don't even require mental mind ya mtu kufikiria. It's more of God being in that place to help you out. So even as we continue na history of love and relationships, take time, pray. Don't demand. Also ask yourself, mimi nikita mtu nikitafuta dem ameenda shule afanya hizi vitu anafanya hizi vitu zote, am I myself as this man being able to kufika your point yenye naweza kukua that kind of a guy mwenye anaweza demand this from a woman? Am I the one, even me, can I supply this what I'm demanding as a woman? I am demanding so many things. Nikisema I'm bringing something to the table, what is it? Ni kupika tu chapo ama ni ugali ama ni chai ama ni kuosha vyombo, hiyo tunasema we bring kwa table, because there are other things that are different. Because men are saying these days we want peace, quote unquote. So what peace? So that peace, is it something that you're giving people? So watu tumefurahi sana by the way. Tunaendelea poa
kabisa.
Next time pia tunakuwa na guests kwa hii story yetu. By the way, we want to get different perspectives from different people, but we are still on this is our iRise show bana. Parting shot.
Relationships are possible. Love is possible.
It's possible.
And that's what we are here to try and show, that it's not all doom and fail.
Mesikia? Sisi tutaachana tu. Si doom. Kutoachana imaanisha ati hamtakosana. Unajua tunafikirianga love, uko in love utaikosana na mtu. My friend, mtakosana hata mbaya sana. But ndio kama inaitwa love, because it is patient, it is kind, it is long suffering. All those things. Are they things that are you in it for it? For those things, ama are you just in it for a Benz and some roses? And mpigwe picha mweke kwa Instagram. Watu wanapiga picha kwa Instagram wakwambiangi wanapigana kwa nyumba. Acha kudanganywa na vitu za social media. Social media si life. Life ni kenye una build na mtu one on one, and that requires work and it requires God. So ni God bana. Tuonane next time manze. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Ameni mabeshe zenyu manze, tuko hapa kwa iRise show. Comment, tuambie mambo unafikiria, tuambie kile unauliza, just ask your question, ask any to comment hapo. We'll get back to the comments. We'll just try to do as we can do. But we begin and we end with God. That is the thing. We begin and we end with God. Hakuna kitu kingine tunaweza sema. Si ndio? Ni God bana. Round 2.
Peace out.
Damn, son, where'd you find those? Damn.